r/antiwork. King 420 says. Prospective employer, have not signed anything, this isn't legal, right? This is an email I got from a property management company I signed up to be a payment processor for. But this feels like they are asking me to launder money for them. This isn't normal, right? Included photo. So modded, it says. It's a scam. They send you a bad check and your bank recoups the funds from you after you've already sent them the money. That, or money laundering like you said. I deleted says. Why would anyone pay 10% of their income to someone instead of paying an accounts receivable person $X per hour to open and deposit checks for them? Falling for this scam ranks really highly on the stupidometer. Le3Mind says. As most scams do. It's easier to scam someone who's dumb than someone who's smart, and they target that. That's the reason phishing mails have spelling mistakes. The scammers aren't dumb, they hope that you are. New Acadia 6496 says. If you haven't been to an actual office and met with an actual person, then this is a scam. If you did go to an actual office and did meet with an actual person, then this is even a bigger scam. Either way, block him and disappear into the sunset. Concavasuper says. And send this email to the FBI to look into the scam. Eric Stone 2 says. Or string them along and post the results again. Armageddon 2 says. Known scam, stay away. Balfaced Buddy says. Correct. No real business has employees process payments through their personal accounts. Gotchomo says. Well, I worked for a real employer who did it. But that's probably because they were laundering money through the company. King 420 says. Alright, not sure how to edit the post, but I have an update. Obviously I have not cashed the check, however I have received the FedEx package and the numbers do match. I opened it, and the check looks legit, however it's the same name as a check I got yesterday, for the same company, with the same amount on it. I have already reported this fishy looking check to the company that's on them, which is apparently a jewelry store in Connecticut. I literally spoke to them yesterday about it. So I just got off the phone with them, and they are going to submit this new check as more evidence with whatever police department in Connecticut they are working with. So far this is what I know. The first check was sent from California according to the envelope. This new one was sent from Chicago, and the jewelry store that connects them is in Connecticut. These are very legitimate looking checks, and this email was sent after several weeks of correspondence on a fairly legit looking job application process. This scam is complex and cross-country, and according to the jewelry store manager, they are gathering information from Indeed to get their victims. Be careful out there, folks. Edit, spelling. r/antiwork. Revolutionary Egg 45 says. I hate hours, do you too? I went to the Ask a thread to ask a question given I'm struggling with being considered eligible for FMLA through my employer. And I'm getting downvoted by everyone, therefore posting some anti-HR comments after getting responses that seemed more pro-company than pro-employee. I should have known, but part of me had hoped some of them would be pro-worker. They in my HR department basically reaffirmed my growing hate for our departments that tout themselves as pro-worker. Wish our departments were more pro-worker. Need some consolation. What have been your greatest challenges with ours? Fearless Frostling says. They in my HR department basically reaffirmed my growing hate for our departments that tout themselves as pro-worker. Welcome to ours Gaslighting 101. They are there to manage human resources at the behest of the company's interests. There are times where this management also helps an employee alongside the company, but more often than not it goes against an employee's interests. As an example, if by some magic one has a good hour department, they will address things like sexual harassment or workplace violence in a way that is positive for both the victim and the company as well. Shit hours will further victimize the victim and often do nothing about the actual source of liability to the company. What have been your greatest challenges with hours? To get them to actually read an application or resume. Also, to not have them act like condescending shits at every turn. Oh, and the endless idiotic games. Outside of the above bit, like 99% of the shit they do involves justifying their own existence within the company frameworks. This bit, as one can predict, leads to tons of dysfunctional bullshit, including, and not limited to, introducing systems which externalize accountability for dysfunctional bullshit they are the source of. Edit, in as far as that our sub goes etc. Abusers will always deny abuse occurs, so that they do not need to take accountability for it, or otherwise risk losing ability to abuse. In this case, more often than not, they will also blame victims like abusers always. Chompy 283 says, "Ours doesn't exist to protect the employees. They exist to protect the company from any problems that may involve employees. When I was younger, I mistakenly thought ours was there to help employees. They will help you to the extent that you are not a liability for the company. But, make no mistake, their duty and loyalty are not to you." Punkle Dude says, "Ours is there to make you feel heard, keep you from suing, and make sure you don't ever unionize. I've had good hour people at different places I've worked, and their heart was in the right place, and they were ground into dust and let go eventually." Orange Emon Boots says, "Ours serves the company, not the workers. With a few notable exceptions, most people who go into and stay in ours have an attitude that the workers are pretty disposable and are a huge inconvenience to everyone. Over the years, I've found our workers to have a very condescending attitude at every encounter, and when ours calls in a department to introduce a new initiative, it's always something that strikes me as a bunch of meaningless lip service, or worse, attempts to lay responsibility on the departments to do assessments or process analyses and change that should really fall on ours. I did a stint as an hour generalist for a temp agency when I was just out of school, and when I brought up certain constraints like time and physics that would make some of the stated goals they gave me literally impossible by the stated deadline, the person supervising me said, "Don't psyche yourself out like that." Like it was literally a question of only being able to perform the activities on 4 specific days per month, but the goal would necessitate being able to do those things 12 days per month, which was absolutely not possible. It was math, not negativity. That's when I knew I was not a good fit for that job. r/antiwork. Thakistoners says, "After 16 years, 8 months and 15 days I'm handing in my 2 weeks notice. I'm done. That's it. No more begging for raises, no more sales record pizza parties, no more positivity talks, no more being made to feel like I should be grateful for even having this job. Frick, this place I'm out." King's Orb says, "I quit 2 weeks short of my 30-year anniversary. Worked for another company for about 4 years after getting about a 20% salary increase. Came back to my original workplace after 4 years to a promotion and another 25% salary increase. Sometimes leaving is the best way to prove your worth." Hammerless says, "Leaving is always the best way to prove your worth." Appropriate ad 1281 says, "Oh man. Congratulations, liquidate anything you don't need, put that $sign in the bank, and rest and do some affordable travel. There is a whole wide world out there." Thakistoners says, "Funny enough, my wife bought me tickets to go see the Rams vs the Eagles as a retirement gift, lol." Jedilite Sailor 78 says, "Today is literally my last day. 20 years plus 2 months. Made more than anyone on my team, but was still not enough to put up with my power tripping boss. I'm finally free." Kriege says, I'm having my employer/employee talk in a month. What motivates you? Money. Anything else? No money is enough for me. Newbie 527 says, I'm coming up on 24 years. I'm still waiting for my waffle party. Daryl Bart Pimpson says, good on you. I guarantee you'll be much happier. I walked out of my job after 6 years of hell. Wouldn't change a thing. Thean Emery says, me too. No more broken promises and raises that don't even cover inflation. Aluminwa says, Google Wheeler Walker, frick, this job should be our SNTHRM. Fervent Apathy says, you are stronger than most of us to have made it that long. Onward and upward. DW Lurker says, why are you giving notice? Swallace Barkley says, very nice, congrats. I hope you make drop them on your way out, lol. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.